What is going on, man? We back. We back talking about the Miami Heat, man. It is only right. They just finished the preseason. It's going to be a nice little preseason review video. It's going to be quick. We got some things to talk about, though. We're going to start off with what I think everybody wants to hear. Nikola Jovic. Got to talk about the rookie, man. So, personally, through this entire preseason, I've came away extremely impressed, as should everybody who's been watching the Heat, because he's really shown the versatility, I believe, to play different kind of systems. They put him on the ball in the fourth quarter. They've made him screen it like a big. In the previous quarters, just looked nice hitting the tray ball. His efficiency isn't there, but you can just tell he's really picking up on the system. It's looking really fluid. I'm not gonna lie. I originally thought he wasn't gonna play much, as should have everybody. By the way, before the Heat picked him, I said that this was the guy they were gonna pick. I was right on him, and then 2 years ago, I was right on Precious Achiuwa. 2 for 2 in the last 2 years when it comes to Miami Heat picks. Feeling kind of confident, or you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, man, back to Jovic. So, he's looked really good. Spacing's been nice. Passing's been elite, especially for a player of his size. His on-ball abilities don't look horrible. They're not fully there. He's not going to be out there creating many jumpers. It's kind of his biggest weakness, I believe, has been sometimes he gets too confident and his off-the-dribble shot isn't there. But a lot of good things. Defensively, he doesn't look lost. Calling out rotations, screening, then rescreening, then dribble handoffs. A lot of things look good. But everybody's been waiting. Everybody's been asking, how is he going to play next to Bam? Game 1 of the preseason, the Heat put out Bam and Yurt as their 2 starting bigs. And it looked clunky. I don't think it's because of Bam. I just think their skill sets are... Yurt can shoot, but that's not his strength. And defensively, he's a little slow-footed. Fast forward to today, we have Jovic and Bam on the floor for about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and they outscored the opposing team 10-7. Those are just stats. What did the eye test tell you? It wasn't perfect, but it definitely says they can play together. It gave me kind of, I want to say Olynyk vibes with Bam and KO back in the day. Just very well feeding the ball. He fed the ball to Bam on the first play. He got by his guy off of a catch and shoot, closed out too hard, got by his guy, dished it off to Bam. He got 2 shots at the free throw line. Came back down. Nice little swing pass to Jimmy. Jimmy gave it back once he got doubled, popped the 3. He had 5 points in those 3 minutes. About 3.5 minutes that they played together, outscored the team, like I said, 10-7. Very small sample size, but he did this with Bam, Jimmy, Lowry, and the last person on the floor was Strus. Herro came in for a little bit of that, but it was Strus and Herro. Regardless, it's showing you that they put him next to Bam, and he looked fluid. He looked like a capable player. Is his defense all the way there? No, absolutely not. But is he further along for a 19-year-old than I would have thought? Yes. I did like this guy. I think he gave us upside at the time of the pick, and I think it's showing itself. I think the fruits are bearing their labor, whatever people say. And he's looked pretty good, man. He's honestly looked very good. Right before hopping on here, just something I wanted to kind of touch on. Drew Smith. He just signed a 2-way contract. Ironically, the 2 guys that the Heat brought into camp on 2 ways, Marcus Garrett and Darius Days. Well, Darius Days barely played, and he didn't look too good. He didn't play much, but he also didn't look too good. He didn't stand out. Both of those guys, for different reasons, Garrett dislocated his wrist or something with his wrist. He needs a surgery or something. He's going to miss some time. Hope he recovers. But both of those guys came into camp on 2 ways and left without them. Drew Smith got the 2-way today. I think it's obvious they were missing a guard. He's been playing very solid. I think he's obviously not expecting much, should not be in the role. If he's playing, the Heat are, in trouble with injuries and stuff like that, or they're blowing teams out. But just solid. He just plays solid, kind of like a 1. He can kind of play the 2. Nothing spectacular, nothing too flashy. Knows his limitations. Solid player. But you guys didn't come out here for Drew Smith. Y'all guys came out here for Jamal Kane. No, I'm kidding. No, but real talk though, Jamal Kane looks very, very good. I've seen people talk about cut Highsmith, give him the chill, man. If Kane plays as good as Caleb did last year, I don't think the Heat will have any problem just giving him the 2-3 year contract on the minimum, whatever. Let them figure it out. They got plenty of time to figure that out. But Jamal Kane looks the part, very athletic. Him and Jovic looked very good together, which is ironic because I think a lot of the same plays that they ran for Cain, the backdoor screens and stuff like that, they could do with Jovic and Jimmy. Obviously, Jimmy's going to demand a little bit more attention than that and stuff like that, but I do think it's possible, or even maybe Jovic and Caleb. So this is something, this team isn't done. This was kind of dress rehearsal in this last game, and let me tell you, man, talking about dress rehearsal, if that's the starting five, I think the Heat are going a complete different route this year, and I'm kind of for it. I've been looking, I've been thinking, I've been, just watching this roster construction and the way it's shaped out. Honestly, not to say that they're abandoning the defensive side because, again, you still have your two best players are still Jimmy and Bam, and they're mostly known for being defenders. But I do think this team is trying to be more offensively built. They lost Tucker, obviously, really, really hurt. But Caleb has stepped into this 4 spot, provides a little bit of a different tweak. He's the same height as Tucker, obviously not the same build. He can't guard 5s like Tucker could at times and stuff like that. But at the same time, he does things offensively that Tucker doesn't provide. Attacked Zion very, very well this game, especially in the first quarter. Broke him down 2-3 times, got into the paint, and then dished off for an assist or like an extra, created good movement, created good looks for the Heat through Caleb's drives. So definitely looks a little bit different. The team plays a lot faster, so much faster. The pace is, I think this is what I wanted to see. I want to see them let Jimmy be the closer in the half court, but don't play through Jimmy's pace the entire game. We're not, especially with Tucker not being there. Caleb's there now. Bam's there now. Tyler's in the starting unit. Push the ball, push the ball, push the ball. And they did. I actually calculated it because I'm a little bit of a geek here, guys. I'm sorry, but they played 20 minutes today. That starting 5 played 20 minutes. Take this with a grain of salt. 1 game sample size, just to give you an idea. In 20 minutes, they scored 61 points. That's on pace for around 146 points in 48 minutes. That's literally insane. Outscored their opponent 61-47 in those 20 minutes and some change. Just looked very, very good. Very good offensively. Something I want to get to is definitely Bam looks more aggressive. So per 36 minutes so far in the few preseason games he's played, I think he played 3. 12 free throws per 36 is literally elite numbers. We will take that if that's the case. We'll take 75% of that. If he gets to the line 8-9 times, we are living lavish out there. 19 field goal attempts per 36 minutes. This has been everybody's pushing point to Bam Adebayo has been being more aggressive. And, I kind of was defending him because I don't think it was all on him last year in the playoffs in terms of aggressiveness. I don't think Spoelstra was helping him. And that's coming from a guy who fucking loves Spoelstra. But honestly, just love to see Bam get more aggressive. He's taken a couple of threes. Only hit one shot, shot 33% from 3. So I think he was 1 for 3 in the games. It's not bad. It's kind of what you want. The fact that he takes him, the jumper doesn't look absolutely cash. It doesn't look broken. It looks good enough. And that's kind of what you need from Bam is a good enough jumper. Defensively, Bam was still fucking Bam. My goodness. Clamping up CJ several times in this game. Clamping up Zion several times in this game. Of course he got scored on. Everybody gets scored on. These are NBA players. He doesn't get scored on as much as other people. I'll tell you that. He is still a menace defensively, which is something I want to see. Obviously, he only played 25 minutes or something like that, so we'll see when he gets back up to his regular slate of minutes. And the last thing I want to talk about, because Tyler Herro is officially a starter. I know Spoelstra hasn't came out and said that. I'm fully aware. But if you pay the guy what they paid the guy, he's going to start. And let me tell you how this starting lineup looked good, and he was in it. One thing Tyler does better than every single player on this Miami Heat team, bare none, is get Bam the ball. I think Bam and Tyler are going to be the reason this team looks different this year. If they want to get to where they want to get to, it has to come from these two. You give them, like, these are the guys that got to step up, and I think they can. Tyler put up 23 today on a completely different role than he had last year. Last year, the ball was mostly in his hands. He was playing a lot on ball. Completely different role this year. No, let me not say this year. Obviously, this year he's supposed to play more off ball, especially when you got Bam and you got Jimmy and you got Lowry, et cetera, et cetera. The ball's not going to be in his hands as much, but putting up 23 points mostly off ball is definitely something that he wanted to do. His spot up shooting was very good. Attacked closeouts very well, whether it was sidestepping threes, getting to the paint. His pick and roll with Bam was still there, threw him a nice lob. Something I want to get to, though, because obviously everybody knows Tyler's kind of been weak defensively. So far in this preseason, he looks a lot improved. Again, guys, it is the preseason, but with that being said, he still looks more alert defensively. I've seen him try to take 2 charges so far in the preseason. I think that's 2 more than his first 3-4 years combined. So I'm definitely here for that. I saw about 3 strips today. I think he ended the game with like 2 steals and 3 blocks, or 3 steals and 2 blocks. They pointed some blocks up for rips, whatever. But definitely defensively was holding his own. Didn't look absolutely crushed out there like he had previously. Just honestly, I think this preseason preview just tells you a couple things you wanted to know, man. You just wanted to know how some of the teams, like how Tucker not being here was going to impact the team. I think you've gotten your answer to a certain extent. We're going to be more offensive. We're going to push pace a little more. The defense is not going to be as elite as it was last year. It's natural when you lose Tucker and you take out Strus from the lineup and insert Caleb and Herro. But honestly, this team still looks good. The outlook is looking good. If you guys like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, share it, tell your mama, tell your friends, tell your daddy. Pause. Not like that, but tell somebody, man. Please stay tuned. We're gonna be dropping videos pretty frequently with the Heat. We might even do a couple podcast episodes, post them on here, post them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. Come and check us out, man. Honestly, very, very thrilled for this. We're gonna have a preview for the season. I might do a whole NBA preview. I might just do a Heat preview. I'm still thinking about that. I'm gonna see how it works, but stay tuned. Stay clean, but stay saucy, my friends. Yes, sir.